In lesson 4, you talked about where companies can go wrong with best practices, and this is an interesting concept because, like with AI, I've been asked this before. It's like, well, if we're all using the same AI to write our email subject lines or to write our sales emails or to improve it, aren't we all just going to sound the same? I mean, is that a fundamental risk we take, or do you see that with AI products?
I definitely see that happening. Um, I think where we are in sales and marketing with most AI applications is very akin to um, professional athletics Moneyball,
Yeah.
where if you're not using advanced analytics, you're not going to be competitive. But if you're only using advanced analytics, then you're going to get you're going to there's definitely a ceiling. It's about the balance between. So when you become reliant on those pieces and you're not thinking about all of the other things that go into it, that's where that danger occurs. So the thing that worries me about I love the idea, and actually the thing that I think is most fascinating is the we'll give you a blog headline or we'll give you an outline. If you look at that as what Brene Brown calls a shitty first draft, to start with, I think that's tremendous because it gives you a head start, but then you apply you to it, and then I think you're fine from that. So if you look at that as that inspiration, but if it takes away the core element of thinking, and I see this with bots, right? I'm seeing really powerful bots, and what we're doing is we're training our team, we're training our people to behave more like bots. And what I'm going to say is, if you want, like, if this can be handled by a bot, it should be handled by a bot. But if you're going to have a salesperson handle it, don't turn your salespeople into bots, because bots are better at it than your salespeople are, right? Where's the human element to it? So if we're going to have humans involved, then we need to make sure that there is that where is the humanity that comes from that, which is divergent. And if I remember his name correctly, Doug Emhoff talked at he was a keynote speaker
Oh,
at
Rushkoff.
the Rushkoff. There we go.
Yeah. The more
I knew
human.
I
Yeah.
right. And I've never forgotten what he's saying. And I ended up reading his book because he
It
was
was
in it. So he
awesome.
cost me. And he talked about the problem is
Cost you 20 bucks.
we're auto tuning our businesses.
Yeah.
We're auto tuning our messages, and so what it does is, like, it's like RPs. It prevents you from having the worst, right? It saves you from being bad, from being really bad, right? But if you don't use it intelligently, then you also lose the ability to be special.
Do you find
Every
yourself worrying about this stuff? Like, I mean, so I'm, again, I mentioned at the beginning, we're down at Ohio University. I came out of the Scripps School of Journalism, so I'm a writer by trade. So meeting with the business school and the journalism school, communication school. And in the process, like the topic of the machine's ability to generate language came up because, again, I'm talking to the people who are training the next generation of writers and marketers. And I'm basically saying, like, listen, in 3 to 5 years, I can't promise you that the machine isn't writing the first drafts of all articles. Like, uh, it's possible. Like, I look at where language generation is going, and I almost equate it to Moore's law with chip development, that the chips got twice as fast every 18 months. And I look at it and think, if you look at GPT-3 and similar language models that can actually generate language, I don't know that we're not heading down a path where that language model doubles in power every 18 months. And if you extrapolate that out over 3 to 5 years, how good is the machine going to be at writing sales emails for us? Is it possible that it's actually going to be better than the salesperson? And so what you're doing with Hemingway and Grammarly, I know two of the tools you mentioned, where it's just enhancing your writing. It's like making it so it's not quite as sarcastic, because the sarcasm might not play well here. Or if you were angry, like it's like giving you the angry face. And that's great. Like, those are all cool things. That's child's play compared to what the language models are able to actually do now. And so if you start thinking out, so I was just curious, like, if, like, when I think about our agency, I think about what we're trying to do in the industry, and I'm like trying to tell the story of where we are today. And then my mind wanders to, like, man, I don't know that we're not that far off from everything I'm thinking about today being obsoleted in 3 years, because the tech's moving that fast. So I guess the question here is, like, do you think about what you're doing with RevOps and sales, and you're looking at these like cute little use cases for AI, like, oh, it's nice, we use it here and it gives some efficiency there. But what if it does more than that? Like, what if it actually truly transforms what you're doing?
So you start off with RevOps, and you got me on there. I lose sleep over this.
Okay.
I lose more sleep over this than I lose over climate change.